Hello, hello. Welcome to a Mindset Monday. I'm Eris Creates with Artpreneurs.com, where I teach independent artists and creatives how to never have to choose between their art and their income again. And today I'm going to jump right in there to talk about getting paid what you're worth. I know this is a question that a lot of people have on their minds. Why do people question or try to argue over the prices that you want to set for yourself? Now, this goes for every type of art. This goes for all the kinds of products and services that you might actually want to offer people. There's always going to be a point in your life or your career or your business where someone says, "Oh, no, that is way too much." It doesn't matter what the price is. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that mindset in a few moments. If you are watching live, please let me know in the comments. Say, hey, let me know where you're coming from. I may not be able to see your name because there's a lot of different platforms going on here, but I will definitely be checking out your comments later. If you like this content, please let me know. Let me know also what you'd like to see in the future. But for now, and just for a few more minutes today, I want to talk about getting paid what you're worth. Because I can tell you this, you may be struggling or dealing with people who will come at you with an attitude about your price. And like I said before, it's not necessarily anything to do with how low or how high the price really is, because you can price yourself out of, a market and create an undercut price because you think you want to compete with others. But the bottom line is it's not about the price. It's about perceived value, guys. It's about that. So the mindset problem here is, are you putting yourself in a position to make sure that you are pricing what you're worth? Now, you set your pricing, but the market also talks to you about your pricing. So to get right in on this, it's really about understanding what value you bring. People will argue over what they perceive the value of your products and services to be. This is definitely a mindset issue. This is a mindset issue on your side, which is you saying, I know what value I bring to the world. And it's a mindset problem on the customer side too. The problem is, with the customer side, it's your job to fix it. So let's talk about this. When people come to you and they ask you, how much do you want for X thing? That could be a performance, that could be a book, that could be some sort of a tattoo, whatever it is. The products and services you're offering, you have a price. You usually have to name the price. Unless you're in a situation where you're auctioning something off, you're the one who gets to choose the price. Now, if you name a price that you think is relatively fair in the market, but someone scoffs at you for that, it's because you have not conveyed to them the value that it brings. And it could be because they're not a good fit to buy your product. Okay. So the bottom line is, what it comes down to is, are they a good fit? And if they are they understanding of the value that that product or service is going to bring to them in particular, or what it brings to the market in general? So getting paid what you're worth has everything to do with how you frame that for people, and largely how you frame it for yourself. There's going to be a lot of mindset issue around framing value for you if you can't understand what it looks like to another person to value you and what you do. So carefully consider the kinds of things that bring value. What brings value? Well, appreciation, right? Things like entertainment. You can't really put a price on appreciation or entertainment, right? That's very subjective. So what you have to do is you have to work on looking at what the market is bearing, and also how do you relate to the market. This is still about you understanding a hypothetical, maybe a bit of an ethereal situation, and you putting a value on that, but then conveying it again to the end user, the person who's at the other side, the consumer, the client, the customer, the fan, whatever that is. You need to work on that story behind the value. Now, some things, when you're working with products, they have hard costs associated. Clearly, you're going to have to pay for supplies. You're probably going to have to pay for things like shipping and logistics. You might have to pay for packaging. You might even have to pay for outsourced services. Those are all costs that are related to the product you're creating. Sometimes it's easier to price products because we can take that hard number and say, well, I'm going to take, this 20% on top. That's what I want, right? That's what it's worth to me. That's what I think people will buy it for. And well, it gets a little sticky there. Are you really leaving room for yourself to grow? Are you leaving room for your business to go anywhere with that level of profit? These are things you have to ask yourself. And sometimes you might be selling a service, and services are not necessarily based on hard costs. Where do you pull your pricing from? You have to think about this. It's about the value you create. Now, why do some people charge 10, 20, 100 times more than others for the same products or services? They're same products or services. They're like similar. So you've got things like performances, music, makeup services, any sort of artistic creative service can range from the really, really cheap low end all the way to the high stuff. And I can tell you, I have seen so many really talented artists coming in way under value, and some who are overvalued that don't necessarily have the same level of talent. So I want you to understand that pricing, getting paid what you're worth, has everything to do with the mindset around what it is that you have to offer. And once again, conveying that to people. Work on understanding the value you bring to the people that you're trying to serve, and you'll do better with pricing, and you'll be able to hopefully keep in business, create a sustainable business that actually pays you enough to keep it going month after month, year after year, and finding new ways to make that value add. Now, if you have any other questions about this subject, let me know. I look forward to your comments. I'm sorry this was a short one today, but I'm really, really busy working on the Artpreneur Summit because it's happening at the end of this week. So really quickly, I'd love you to go grab your free pass at artpreneurs.com/summit. Use the code Artpreneurs. Join us for the weekend live. You get a free pass to all of the 3 days of the event and the kickoff party. And if you would love to join us for the VIP opportunity, which allows you to get in and meet some of the speakers and get a special session with me training you on how to strive in your art career and your creative business, then please do. Join me, artpreneurs.com/summit. Use the code Artpreneurs to get in, and we'll be talking about this stuff and all kinds of other stuff that relate to being successful as an independent artist and creative. Looking forward to seeing you there. Thanks again for tuning in.